Galactic Monster introduced us to some of the best monstrous aliens, and for a Halloween special, I decided to look for the best one of all. Now, the fairest way to choose the best is by what they've shown us throughout the saga. For this occasion, they will be ranked from best to worst, and each one has a very important justification, so I recommend you stay until the end of the video. Toepick is the monstrous alien who takes the first place. Toepick is a special, very powerful alien whose ability and power allow him to easily defeat his enemies. Nothing and no one has been able to stand up to his terrifying presence. And although it may not seem so, he is a key alien in the saga, only appearing on special occasions because of his fearsome power. His abilities are not very clear, but he causes a terrible fear that literally seems like it could absorb your soul. He's like the Uchiha among aliens, rarely speaks, but when he does, he really scares you. That sharp breathing with his tone of voice, a bit lost, makes you uneasy. It really makes you uneasy. Sanboso was so terrified that he broke his own machine out of fear, but where his incredible superiority could be seen was against Siphon. He had gained such great power that not even a Mongosaur could handle him. When faced with a situation like this, Ben had to use Toepick, with which he would induce him into terror and madness. Just by looking at him, it's as if you're transported to a place where your worst fears come to life. All of Toepick's abilities earn him the second place in this ranking. Being such a multifunctional alien, he really is helpful. And among his various abilities, he can fly, he's perfect for combat, and he can control people, thanks to the corrupt ones. Additionally, he can absorb the energy of his enemies and then return it to them with a kind of shockwave. Whampire is a nearly perfect alien who has proven his abilities in crucial battles. He has been able to resist Lord Transil's mind control and has been capable of giving a worthy fight to a Vilgax who had fused with malware. But where we have seen his greatest performance has been in space. Flight seems to be his best ally, performing maneuvers that combined with his strength make him someone to be feared. The first alien from the Anner system makes his appearance, complementing his electrical abilities, but being more prone to battles. This alien has always stood out for his strength in combat, since every punch he could throw was always charged with an electric shock. I can assure you he's stronger than Phantasmatic, since he faced terror in one of Ben's first battles in space. Despite being a pretty big alien, Frankestrike stood out for his agility, and that's what Frankestrike is, a very strange combination of power, agility, and a lot of electricity. One of the few times we got to see the full potential of this alien was against a Decadon robot, where we could see that each of this alien's blows was destroying that being. The reason he's in this spot is pretty clear. He can fall under the control of the two aliens already mentioned. We have to obey. Damn it. Multi-Eyes, oh my, Multi-Eyes. He's the Whampire of the original series. This was the most overpowered alien that the first Ben 10 series had. Having the ability to see in a 360-degree range, no one could surprise this alien. My eye? Surprise. Their eyes were able to merge to create a larger one, with which they could unleash a powerful attack. Among them were a laser beam like Jitre's, and a freezing ray like the one from Cold, a fire ray just like the one from Fire, and even an electric ray just like Frankestrike's. This alien was the Avatar. Unfortunately, he debuted very late in Ben 10 universe and only had one chance to shine, which was in a battle against the Celestial Gladiator, where you can already imagine the outcome. With plenty of agility and enough strength, this alien is one of the most underrated ones in the Ben 10 saga. Ghostfreak, the Ectonurite, had and still has several problems being considered the best. In a poll in the channel's community, he was the alien who received the most votes. The problem is that none of the actions performed by Ghostfreak make him worthy of that position. Is it true that his powers of intangibility and control over other living beings are something to consider? His ability to fly and his fearsome claws make him a very powerful being. The big problem is that he doesn't have many memorable actions, and in this ranking, that's what we're valuing. If you think of Phantasmatic, what comes to mind is Terror, an alien who has done a lot and who, if it were up to him, would obviously be named the best monstrous alien in the saga, Ben 10, but not today. The actions Ben performed with Phantasmatic weren't enough for him to move up another spot. Blitzwolfer or Wolf for Friends? Who? Before us, we have the first alien scanned by Ben, who was introduced to us in one of the best episodes. With a super interesting plot in which Ben, after being hit by a wolf, went through an epic transformation until he became the wolf we all love. Unfortunately, the actions taken with Blitzwolfer were useless. This was an alien that had a lot of potential, but was limited by the plot and by other aliens. So many wasted abilities in an alien that also didn't get the chance to stand out in the Ben 10 saga. Blitzwolfer's most memorable act is in an epic battle against a swordsman from the Forever Knights. Mummy is the alien that takes the last spot in the ranking of the most monstrous aliens in Ben 10. Mummy's abilities are quite peculiar, since being made of bandages, he can reshape his body at will. This allows him to split apart to dodge attacks and reform to counterattack. This alien could be considered annoying to others, since the bandages he has allow him to increase his speed and agility. Now, this doesn't help much. Mummy is the monstrous alien who takes the last place. For a reason, all his abilities are minimal compared to the others. Unfortunately, Mummy is used for normal, rather common tasks like containing alien livestock. One more to the left. Or to cushion a simple fall. We shouldn't blame Momi, he's more of a tracking alien than anything else. His infiltration skills are more necessary than his combat skills, where, let me tell you, he's good, but not good enough. Most of these aliens didn't stand out for their great competence. You know, other aliens with similar powers who are the best. Well, it would be interesting to find out. I ask you, out of all the electric aliens, which one would be the best for you? I'll read your comments. I send a big greeting to these people. Remember that I'm Frio, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.